cognizance the porous nature of our borders. This morning we have on Insight the Director, Port Earth Services in the Federal Ministry of Earth. Is in charge of land, air, and sea borders. Talking of Dr. Sani Gwarzo, MNI. Sir, you're welcome on the program.
Thank you.
It's nice having you.
Thank you.
I want to ask you straight. How serious is the Ebola virus threat to Nigeria and indeed Nigerians?
Yes, thank you very much. The Ebola virus disease, or the epidemic of Ebola virus disease, is a serious threat to any nation, not just Nigeria, any nation, because the maxim goes, disease anywhere is disease everywhere. It was in the West Coast countries, Sierra Leone, Liberia. We heard about it several months ago. We were actually preparing. We have an epidemic preparedness triggered all over the country. But yet, when it really came into Nigeria, it still came as a blow. Very unexpected. We were preparing for it, but when it finally came, we realized how big it is. And for you to internalize what I'm saying, let me reconstruct for you the history of how the Ebola case, the index case, in public health, when we say index case, the first case of Ebola in Nigeria, how it came into Nigeria, time, hour by the hour. This man set out from Monrovia to come to a meeting in Nigeria. Precisely, his flight was scheduled for 8:30 a.m. in the morning. And he met a group of other people coming to Nigeria for a similar meeting. And he immediately told them he was having fever. And he thinks it is malaria and he's on medication, but he's not feeling fine. But he still boarded the plane. The plane did a stopover in Accra, Ghana, from Monrovia. Some people dropped, some people came in on board. And then it arrived in Lomé, Togo. From Lomé, Togo, the entire passengers came down. A new aircraft was brought, which is on transit from Ethiopia. It picked the entire people from that aircraft who were indeed coming from either Monrovia or Accra, plus additional passengers that came on board, and all of them came into the flight. Why am I giving you these details? I want you to internalize the gravity of the epidemic. Now, they arrived Lagos. Everybody disembarked. This man was feeling sick, could not come down. Some of the cabin crew and one of the handlers helped him by holding his arms. He was walking, but quite weak. He came down the plane into a wheelchair because it was an open bay, not the normal finger, a connected finger. And he was brought into the terminal building. A young lady who is a handler now pushed him on the wheelchair, along with her colleague, two ladies. They brought him into the immigrations, cleared him. He had a rest in between, slept on the floor somewhere, lied down on the floor somewhere, and then later on taken by taxi. Now, the fortunate thing Nigeria had is he came down sick.
Okay.
He didn't proceed to a hotel. He did not proceed to any household. He went straight to a hospital.
But he had contact with so many people,
Exactly.
immigration.
As a result, based on the mandate of the Port Health Service, we had to go back and reconstruct this history entirely, time by time. Who was with him in the plane? Who was with him on ground? What interactions went between the two of them, or the three of them, or the larger number? And we have to catalog everybody that came in contact with this man from when he entered until he was diagnosed and he died. Now,